Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another video. Another books you might want to pick up sooner than later. So we'll start off with this one. We'll just get right into it. The Incredible Hulk, which one is 234, right? 234. This is an early Quasar appearance. Now, I believe the character shows up, but not as Quasar. Again, why is it on here? Because I think it's relatively cheap. You get a nice, decent grade, 8.0, 9.0, or higher. That's somewhat affordable. And if Quasar shows up in the MCU, I'm not saying that any of these books are going to be thousands of dollars, but his stock is going to go up. And if you get it cheap, you could flip it and get something that you really, really want down the line. So it doesn't hurt to look for these things now while they're reasonably affordable. And I think the next two are also prime examples of that. Here we have Free Comic Book Day Amazing Spider-Man 2007. This is the first appearance of Martin Lee. Now, he was brought into the series with this one right here, The Amazing Spider-Man 546. I think Martin Lee, again, it's not an expensive, those books are not expensive. You can get them, nice grades, some of them $20, maybe $50, depending on which book. Inexpensive. Okay, two books here, Captain Marvel books. These are, this is the cameo and this is the full appearance of one of the new Novas. I don't know his name off the top of my head, so forgive me for that. Now, I know there's some speculation on Nova. I did that in my very first video of this type, Man from Nova #1, Richard Rider. And then I think that's a safe assumption. But I think both books are relatively cheap. And if the MCU winds up using that version of Nova, rest is history. Now, I've been focusing on Conan in the last two videos with a couple of books. I got two more here that I completely forgot to add. But I think they're worth looking into. And I think they are a little pricey. They're not necessarily $5 or $10 Ben books. But here we go with Conan 23. First appearance of Red Sonja, or first cameo appearance of Red Sonja. And, of course, her first full appearance. It's also her first cover appearance of Red Sonja. Again, with the Netflix Conan series, I don't think you could go wrong with picking up some major Conan allies and villains. One of his major allies and frequent collaborator is Red Sonja. So there you go. A couple more X-Men books. Last video, I showed some X-Men books like the Sentinels and Alex Summers as Havoc. Well, here we have some books here that I think are a little more affordable, at least two of them. And I think maybe will be used. The characters will be used down the line. So we'll start off with this one. X-Men 244, first appearance of Jubilee. You can get a nice high-grade copy of this for cheap. Why not? This is a no-brainer. Gambit. I'm not certain if this book has been increasing as of late. I think there's been a little bit of speculation on it, but you know, it's always good to have Gambit. Especially if they're going to, MCU is going to do a new team. I would imagine Gambit's going to be there. And Bishop, a cheap book. You could get this all day, every day for what? Under $20. If Bishop shows up, that's going to change. It doesn't matter how many books there are. The people will want to pay more for it. So you could get those books. You could probably still find in $5 bins. All right. In long boxes. So sometimes, again, when we're talking about looking on eBay, it's a different story. But if you're able to go to local shows, I know the virus is preventing bigger shows, but these local shows have these long boxes of X-Men. That's a book you probably will find in there. A couple Fantastic Fours. I've been focusing on Fantastic Four a lot. I focused on Fantastic Four a lot in the first two videos. So I just got two more. Last video was Dr. Doom. And here we have some cosmic stuff when it comes to the Silver Surfer and Galactus. Great covers. This is probably one of the best Silver Surfer covers in the Fantastic Four. Definitely worth picking up. And here's another great, beautiful cover. And I don't think it's really that expensive. I really don't. But here we go. Fantastic Four. $75. Look at that great red cover with Galactus and the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer. I think you get them pretty cheap. Last three. Again, I don't know how much attention's been brought to this. I mean, for a while, I know these books were kind of hot, but I don't know if they might have fizzed off a bit. But anyway, here we have the Avengers 47. Here we have Avengers 48, when he becomes Dane Whitman, not Dale. I think I said Dale. When he actually becomes the Black Knight. Now, he's supposed to show up in the Eternals movie coming out at the end of the year, right? I haven't heard too much about the Eternals, and I don't know if the Eternals #1, if that book has really been spiking as other books have been spiking. I just don't think I don't know if there's that much of an interest in it right now. That might change soon, because I haven't heard anything about the trailer or anything. But that could be a good thing. It gives you a chance to maybe get an Eternals #1 or the second Black Knight, his first appearance in Avengers. And the last one, this one's not that cheap, but I think it's a no-brainer, as there's so much buzz when it comes to Daredevil. What's wrong with getting Daredevil #7? First appearance of the red costume, right? That's pretty much iconic when it comes to Daredevil. And I think it's definitely worth picking up. As we still don't know the plans for Daredevil in the MCU. I believe he's supposed to show up in the SpiderMan movie, which is great. And I think that shows that the MCU has long-term plans for him in some form or another. If you can't get Daredevil #1 because it's so expensive, you might want to look into getting the first time Daredevil wore the red costume. So that's it for this video. Maybe you have some of these books. Maybe you've been planning on getting some of these books. Who knows? But leave in the comments what you think. And thank you for watching. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care.